Okay, I mean, okay, it's been a while since we've done the podcast. That's for sure. I guess it's been like what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks since we've last done
It's
it.
been a month.
It's been a month, yeah, but it's not been like a whole
It's
month.
been a month.
Yeah, but it's not like a
It's
whole month.
it's been a month
No, I
since
don't
the
think it's
last
a.
one was uploaded.
Is it? Has it really?
Look
I
at
have
it.
to go check.
And it's gonna be a few days before I can upload this one because I gotta be at work tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, welcome back to the podcast. Um, we haven't recorded one in a while, and if you watched the stream, you would know because well, we didn't talk about the other. Two of our co-hosts went on a break.
Bro, why is there
And
more? When I search up dysfunctional nightingale podcast, it just there's a lot more people that has the dysfunctional podcast, the dysfunctional podcast, the dysfunctional ones, dysfunctional a family podcast, the dysfunctional podcast. Like, bro,
we're the Dysfunctional Nightingales, though.
yeah, but
So
why isn't it showing?
I don't
Why
know.
why are we just not
Did you
here?
subscribe to it?
No, it's not. I searched it up, and it's not showing up. Channel is just not showing up. That's weird. Give me a minute. I have to.
Because last time I checked it about 2 weeks ago, it
Me
said 3 weeks.
can't seem to find. We got
Anyway,
12. Oh, it was a month ago.
yeah, no shit.
Wow.
I just said that.
I thought it was just like a few weeks. It wasn't. I didn't think it was a few months. That's my bad. But yeah, no, the co-hosts, we most of the hosts, basically
Two
almost
of
all
them.
the two of them, yeah, we were gone. The one that was supposed to record them was gone, which was me. So yeah,
Mm, Nyaekooo was gone. Hizahxo was
yeah.
still here. I was
Hizahxo
still
was here.
here.
Yeah, you were still here.
Just I'm too inept to record anything, and Hizahxo didn't get on, and I didn't want to do
Yeah,
any.
it's because yeah, Hiza also
Usually we
has
would
been.
we said before that we would not record without 3 people, but today we're making an exception since there hasn't been one out in a while.
Yeah, yeah. Also, it's also the fact that what was it? Hiza has been playing a lot of a shooter game with a lot of shooter games, or just a shooter game. I'm not gonna say the name because I don't want to
Or
DOS them. Uh, they've been playing with some friends, so like I get what that is, where like you find some friends to play with like almost 24/7. So you're like you hang out with them a lot more than usual. So yeah, tends to get boring when it comes to some stuff, I guess. But they've been doing that. They've been putting on the grind. Nyaekooo was on his break. I was on my break. And coincidentally, we both came back around the same time. It wasn't even planned. Uh, Me and Nyaekooo were both going through some stuff mentally because we kind of have our same situation, but it was a bit different. I remember one time told him that, hey, you should take a break, from all the social media and like all the games you play and Discord and everything. And he was like, yeah, I wish I could. And then I was like, just do it. And then while I told him that, I was like, you know what? I also need to do that. So I went and did it.
ah,
Like,
thus I had no one to talk to for for a
yeah,
month.
you had no
I
one to
had the
talk to for a
I
month.
had the people I was with,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't really talk like with them like I talk to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a whole different thing with them.
Yeah.
I'm in a new group, which I've talked to a lot of them every time I can. I've
Mm-hmm.
only been in it for like a few days though, so
Mm. Yeah.
shout out to them. Um,
Today we got finished with the stream, and we're probably streaming
yes,
again
we did a
Friday.
last minute stream. Yeah,
Yeah,
most
yeah.
likely Friday. Watch our stream if this is out by Friday.
Probably not, but either way, we're like, just so you know, we do
It should
stream.
be. I'm off Wednesday,
Yeah,
Thursday, and Friday, and then work Saturday.
yeah. So like, we're just I don't know. We played some Nightfall.
Nightfall. It's a game by
Uh,
Landfall. The same people who made Cluster Truck and Tab G and Abs,
yeah, it's called Nightfall, but we
and
need
it's
the
really
full
fun.
name because it's so fun.
Uh,
Nightfall, a daring journey.
so
I almost said adventure, but yeah, no, it's pretty fun. I like it.
it's hilarious. It's so good.
Another
We
game
might
I'm
play
good
a
at.
little bit of it Friday
Yeah, it's another game I'm good at. That's very good.
if we
Very good at
if we can't
driving a
get the
horse.
other two to come on.
Hmm. I mean, I guess the only thing we can all do together, I think, would be Phasmophobia.
Is
If I'm
Minecraft right
completely
now?
honest.
Oh, Phasmo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Phasmo, all of us. We do. We can do that. We would have to do desktop version because
But that
last
would.
time, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Hell no. I'm not trying to do it on VR.
yeah, last time was on VR. It was just very laggy.
Yeah. I'm not trying to stream it on VR. It was very like it was fun and scary. I'll have to turn off the lights for the stream
Mhm.
just so y'all can have my full reaction.
Mhm. And I was just
I'm
sitting
gonna get
there.
shit
Just
scared out of me.
I wasn't afraid.
Trying to gaslight me into going to that fucking door.
Context for people that
You guys
haven't
play Phasmo, you
played.
know which
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For people that don't know, there's a door
goddamn
that
closet.
yeah, there's a closet. But usually you find it by using the UV light that's in the lobby, and there's like UV footprints that leads to the closet. And if you go towards the closet, there's a jump scare of a girl, a ghost girl, saying "Hey," like in a very scary manner. Yeah, kind of like that. And like when I first saw it, I think I jumped like a little bit. I think it was a jolt. It wasn't really a jump. But yeah, I it wasn't okay. It was a surprise. I wasn't scared. I was surprised. I knew it was coming, but like it was the timing. And a little bit more context is that it's hard for me to get scared. It's not impossible. It's just hard
Fucking
to.
asshole.
Yeah, so I'm not one of those people that says, "Oh, I can't get scared ever." No, I can get scared. It's just very hard for me to get scared because of how I'm used to being alone, but also because of the fact that when I'm alone, I don't let my guard down. I'm always like I'm always aware that there can be a moment where someone will either be behind me that like of like a family member or something or some stranger saying like hey like that or someone that may have saw me be like tapping me like hey are you this person I'm like hell hi but other than that I don't really get scared if someone taps me I usually either like turn around to look at them or like face them. I mean, it's not a good thing to get used to that because at some point I'll probably get mugged and I'll be like, "Wow, that happened to me." I would probably get mugged. Like if it's like one of those like flipping they stab you ones. I think I'll be like, "Oh, I got mugged." And I'll just try to reach for my phone, I think. If they left me like if they just it was just a hit and run, like stab and run. I'm like, "Oh, time to call the police." Hey, I'm stabbed. Like, can you come get me? Like,
Can you come
that's
get me?
yeah. That's literally it. I would still be calm in that scenario. I'm pretty sure because you
Yeah.
don't really realize when you get stabbed that much. It's only because like you'll be distracted. So like I think at that point when I look down or something or whatever, but even if I notice, I don't think I ever will. But if I do notice, I'll be like, oh shit, I'll call. I'll be like, hey, I need an ambulance or something.
I would never fucking know because I've never been fucking stabbed before.
I haven't either, but I know like there are
So I
times
don't know
where
how it would feel.
yeah no, but I know there are times where you can get stabbed and you'll be like, oh, I didn't even know I was stabbed at all. So it's like, so yeah. Anyway, back to on the topic that we don't have. Uh,
Yeah, we ran out of topics real fucking quick.
no, but I wanted to go back to this because I want to explain my hiatus just a tiny bit. Um, I'm pretty sure I think it was either episode 1 or 0, like the preview. I think it was episode 1 with Nyaekooo. I was still in a relationship then. I think I mentioned it as well. I don't remember.
Uh-huh.
And then basically,
You were still dating for you were still
yeah, no, yeah.
y'all were still dating in one.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna be one of those people that fucking DDoS names or anything because I'm not one of those people.
Yeah.
Which is we try to keep everything secretive as much as possible, of course, because privacy is it's a
We don't
golden
want.
rule.
We've said this in the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
We
a
don't
golden
want
rule.
to. That's why when I talk about certain groups or people that I am associated with, I do not mention the name directly, or I make up a fake name because I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
they would want me to mention their name.
Yeah, so one of the reasons I'm not gonna say it's like it didn't affect me too hard. One of the reasons I went on hiatus, my 20th reason or something, that was because of a break. We broke up. It was break up by text, so that was something. Uh, I guess I'll leak like the DMs because I know for a fact that it's not the full DMs, but this was the message, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it was when I was busy at the time, and I got a text message. It was like during the afternoon, like when I was about to get off, and I got the text, and then it said, hey, like no, because we use each other's nicknames because of how it's convenient. We both know each other's real names. I think they do because I told them. But
Fucking hope so.
yeah. We've been dating for how long now? Okay. So so like said, "Hey, no." And I'm like, "Yeah, what up?" But I said, "Yeah." I didn't say what up. I just said, "Yeah." Like my typical response. I just say like yes,
Yeah, what up?
yeah, or what like I don't say what up, like, you know. So I said, "Yeah." And then they didn't they had this pre-typed. I knew this because because Discord shows a thing where they say this person's typing. It didn't even show up for a second. It fucking just appeared like that. It showed up for like a millisecond and then this message was sent. So they had that prepared. And it was literally also because that it was by like you know how like you start a sentence and then you press tab, start another sentence, or like enter or whatever, right? Like in a Google Doc or whatever. So it was like that, but it was 3 lines.
I don't.
You don't, bro. So basically, it was 3 lines.
No.
Each one had like 3 words or something. So it was like, yeah, so or something like that. It was something about breaking up, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I think I said either just K or okay, because I didn't say, well, you know, someone's happy when usually when they send like 2Ks or whatnot. There was no 2Ks. There was just one. Or I said okay, because that's when I know
differences
I've
in our
got.
conversation of how you're feeling if you send me 2Ks or 1K.
Yeah. It also helps know that I'm serious or like I'm paying attention in a way. Not like I'm not always paying attention, but basically I they said that they started the breakup and they told me the reason and that they were too busy and they didn't want me to think they were cheating. So instead of just putting their trust in me, that I would think they're not cheating, they said that I didn't want you to worry that I was cheating, and that they told me that they experienced it with their past relationships, where their last like boyfriends like basically like visited their house and was
Mm-hmm.
like because they got the address or whatever, and then they had to do a restraining order or something or whatever. And it was like, I don't know, it wasn't I wasn't sad about that. I was more mad that they didn't trust me and they didn't know my personality as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because James knows this, Hiza knows this, Nyaekooo knows this. I'm a very patient person, more than I should be.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I've even told them as well, because I I have known them just a little bit less, like maybe 2 or 3 months less than James. Me and James, we've known each other for like a long time. 6 months.
6 months.
6 months. That's
Around six
basically,
months. We
yeah,
discussed that earlier, I think.
yeah. And basically, I don't know. I don't really exactly remember, but it was like it was either. I think it was when I was with you, like I met you, because I met
Mm-hmm.
the other person, and then I met them off of that friend and everything, and it was something like that. I don't exactly remember, but yeah. And then the other reasons, they're very simple reasons. They're very like mental. Like it's all about my mental health. It was. I'm not trying to get pity points here, okay? Breakups, they happen to everyone. Okay, that they happen to everyone. This ain't a new thing to anyone, especially in this generation where I feel like love is more of a gray area in this generation compared to what it was back then. Back then, it was you knew that you guys liked each other and that it was gonna be for a long time. Now in this day and age, it's kind of a gray area because like you think you don't absolutely know, because you may
Mm-hmm.
find someone else that you like more, and then you're like, oh shit, I probably made a mistake, or something of along those lines. Probably not. And I'm gonna be honest, the people that are able to have that one relationship and stick to it during like during this generation, like I'm gonna be honest, like if you're like born either 2000, like 2000 and up, you know, not way too early, but
Yeah.
like 2000 or like 2010 maybe, you would be like nah, not 2010. Actually, no, children date like way earlier that now actually as well, because so like they think they like someone and they don't, like they're going
Yeah.
off of like crushes and everything. But for those that are from 2000 to 2010 or 2010, and they found a partner and they've been with them for a long time, and you both just knew and that you weren't gonna betray each other, props to you. You just did something that almost at least 60% of this generation doesn't know how to do anymore, because most of the time they're either just like doing it for fun and everything, and sometimes they just need to be friends with each other. But now to transition to that, to being friends, my ex wanted to be my friend still. And before we were dating, I was their best friend because I was there. I was like their comfort friend in a way. And during not during that time. No, during this time, during the breakup text, they were like, "We can still be best friends." And I'm gonna be honest, would you still be best friends with your ex? I mean, it really depends on the person like you dated. Like if they're like very nice and you know that it won't get awkward at all after the breakup, then go
Mm-hmm.
for it. Cuz you know that you're comfortable enough where like nothing bad is going to be like, nothing too awkward's going to happen. But my policy is that I am not gonna be friends with my ex at all at that point.
It also didn't help the fact, with the story with
What was the story with Tiza? What was theirs?
you don't it was something there was something about Hiza where you was like that was like Hiza told a story about it, and then that ended up being the deciding factor of you unfriending.
Oh yes, okay, I remember. So my ex, uh, and he's as you know, he's a sounds, you know what, and they are a he,
Mm-hmm.
but also they already had someone they liked. But uh, my ex, before we even dated, was very possessive, I guess, or very jealous or something. So
She said
like,
they were very possessive over you even before y'all were dating.
yeah, and even like now they're not because they found another person like right after me, and I'm pretty sure that's possibly the reason why. I wouldn't be surprised. Also, it's either that or because they found a thing that distracts them. Because remember, they're very busy now. I know the reason why they're very
Mm-hmm.
busy because they've talked about it and it was their favorite subject. So they were very obsessed with their project and everything that I think it was enough to distract them. That or it's the mix of both where they have the thing they love and they found someone that they love again. But basically, how they acted towards Caesar was they were ignoring them and they weren't getting along with them. And when Hiza was trying to clear up the area, saying that they already have someone they liked, instead of them listening, they just walked away. Every time I left, they just walked away. They just wouldn't converse with Hiza anymore. But then when we started dating, they then started to converse with him, and I'm like, you weren't getting along, like beforehand. Like that kind of upsets me because you gotta get along with my friends, you know. And that was like the deciding
How do you
factor
not get
that
along with Hiza?
yeah, I know, right? Like they got along like later, but like still, I don't know how they didn't get along like before. And
Yeah, how you not get along with one of the nicest people in the
exactly,
world?
everyone in the dysfunctional nightingale is a very nice, very nice, except me. I'm
You're
the de
full of shit,
facto.
except for me. No,
No, no, no, no.
I'm the asshole here.
No, 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 no. Describe one time. Go for it. Who have you made mad in this functional
Fuck
nightingale?
you.
Exactly. I have been able to make people mad at me.
I've made you disappointed, but I've never made
Yeah,
you mad.
exactly. That doesn't make you an
You
asshole.
haven't made me mad at you.
I've made a couple people sad and mad, and that's
You haven't
just
made
the
me
case.
sad. I know how you could have made the other two mad, but
Yeah,
you
yeah,
never
yeah,
made me mad.
yeah, yeah. Like, but I'm the asshole in a sense. It's also because of how I socialize. A proof of that is literally our Discord notifications. It's literally our Discord
Oh my
notifications.
god.
Literally everyone
I
slash
be
the
at work
three.
and y'all sitting there shitting on each other.
This in the dysfunctional Nango. We have he's a Nyaekooo and James, of course. It's just gonna be that and me. It's never gonna change because this is
That's why
a
we have two other servers for streams. We have my server and we have the other server.
mm, that's okay. That server that I just made from the
I need
thing that
it.
was to join so they could join the
Yeah,
call.
I need to invite you to my other server for different groups.
Uh huh. But basically, our notifications are so different that I think James is like 300. Nyaeko's like 200 or
Mine's like
something.
1,000 now.
Oh no, yours was much higher. I forgot about that. No, yours was the highest. Nyaekooo was second highest. Hizu was the third one, which had like 126 or something.
Mhm.
And here was me with 0 or 1. The reason why is because I am less social. I am not that social. And how I socialize is I enjoy your company. That's just it. If we just both sit there, we do our own thing. It doesn't really matter. Like you can bring a friend, you can have a conversation, and sit there. And I would just enjoy just being there. Like I don't I enjoy people's company where like you don't have to talk to me. We don't have to make conversation. Like that's just enough. Like just knowing that there's a friend here and there's like we can sit here and be calm.
There's been several times where me and Noel just sat in a Discord call, said jack shit to each other
Mhm.
until we got off for the night. Like we sat there, we said hi, we sat in silence. Every now and then we would tell the other, be right back,
Mhm.
come back, continue what we were doing, whatever project or game what we were playing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then like after we're time to get on, it's like, all right, good night, see you later.
Yeah, yeah. Like that's just it. I am the person. I don't know if you know this. There's a person in Japan that is being hired as a do nothing person.
I know that. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For people that don't know, there's a guy in
I wish
Japan
I could do that shit.
that are do nothing person.
Hire
Basically,
me to pretend to be your boyfriend.
no, it wasn't pretending to be their boyfriend. It's when they wanted to go when someone wanted to go somewhere, but they can't take like their boyfriend's friends that would get embarrassed, or they might get judged or whatever. And
Hmm.
basically, that person is there because they don't judge, they don't care. They will make conversation with you, but you have to make you're gonna be the one that has to start the conversation. So like they respond to you. They don't start a conversation because then it would be too awkward. They don't try to develop like a deep connection because again, that would make it too awkward. So like it's something that I find very relatable because I feel like that's me in a sense where I can sit there, I will be there. Like you can drag me to something. Like you want to go skydiving? I'll go with you. You just want to go sit somewhere? I'll go with you. Want to go hiking? I'll go hiking, sure. I might hate it, but I'm
Go watch
okay with
football
it.
with me, no.
Go watch football. I'll watch football with you. I won't understand crap, but I'll sit there and watch, I guess.
You just watch me like jump around like a fucking
I'm
idiot
yeah, and
until
I'm
you get
just I'm
tired
just
and piss off.
flipping sitting there like just fucking chilling and I'm not even moving an inch. I'm just watching. I'm like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, like if you want to go to like I don't know, like if you're embarrassed to go to like a certain cafe or you're embarrassed to order a certain meal, would literally hire the guy so that you can go with them. They could go with you and that you won't feel alone and feel embarrassed because you're going alone. And I find that very interesting and I find that uh very nice because just because you're not good at socializing, just because you don't talk much, it doesn't mean that there you can't hang out with people. Of course, hanging out with those people is gonna be like very scarce. It's not gonna be very like engaging sometimes. It's not gonna be like, oh, let's hang out 24/7 type of deal. But it's enough to where like you're not only satisfying yourself, but you're also satisfying the other person by being there with them and you don't have to talk at all. And then of
Yeah, that's
course,
super.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
like some people just like pay him just to talk to him or hug him or something.
Yeah, there's also the one where like I don't, there was also a time where or like during part of the video they were like, is this sad to do? And they're like, no, it's not sad because it's not really like doing it because they're lonely. They got plenty of friends. It's just that they like need to do something that they can't normally do with friends and everything. So like there was like a girl that had a birthday and everything, and they kind of wanted to celebrate it, but not like in a big way, you know. They just want to go to places they wanted to go,
Hmm.
and like not have that much people. So he was there. He was helping to celebrate their birthday just by being there and just being the company. So it's just very nice. I forgot like how many jobs he gets in like a day. I think he said like 5 or under 5 a day. He's like very active. As someone that does nothing, he's very active. Oh yeah, he doesn't pay for your food, by the way. If you're gonna have an event, you're gonna have to pay for the event. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Because you're paying for his company, you're not paying for him to pay for your other stuff. So yeah, and that's just about it. I think that covers me mentally, I guess. I'm not gonna say for sure. I No, that covers my personality, I guess. Mentally, I'm just mentally unstable. I've told James this before, and like that's probably the way that I'm gonna go down at one point, is where I'm just gonna explode and just fucking
Nah,
something's gonna happen. I'm very good at keeping it in, but it sometimes happens.
you'll be all right.
I'll be all right. Yeah, right now I am. I'm very happy now.
You'll be all right.
Mhm.
You'll
Also,
be all right, mate.
also, Nyaekooo and I think we both came back because we missed everyone. So I came back
Yeah.
early.
It's a damn good thing you didn't come back. You didn't wait until December 3rd because I've been sad as fuck without you here.
So yeah, like while I was gone, I was debating on just sticking to the hiatus for goddamn James. I was sticking for the hiatus.
I just realized something.
Hmm.
No, keep going.
Yeah, I was gonna be gone for like December 23rd, which is basically I was gonna come back on literally uh Christmas Eve, as well as was when I was gonna come back. I was gonna be like, surprise, I'm alive still. Don't worry. But I started to miss everyone, and I was like, you know what? I can't let my emotions like just fucking rule me over when it comes to like being with people that I'm happy with. So I was like, I'm gonna be back. I had while I was on hiatus, I had a lot of alt accounts. By the way, I had alt accounts to keep me busy. I had an alt account for VRC. I have an alt account for Twitch. So I was still streaming, by the way, but I was on an alternate account. That account is now gone, by the way, so you can't see it anymore. And I also had an alt account for Steam and some other games. I also fell in love.
He was going. Oh, never mind.
Yeah. No, keep going. No, you go.
Ooh, fell in love.
I
No.
fell in love with my concept. Fuck you. I fell in love with my concept. My concept. My concept, which I will say it now, called a last time
Explain.
F4, which is basically Alt F4. Because if you so I just made an abbreviation, Alt F4. So instead of alternate, it's a last time. So I made it a bit symbolic to be like this is the last time. Like not like this is gonna happen, but it was the last time like I was ever gonna experience that again. I'm gonna experience again someday. It's like some later year, like in my life, but not now. But I fell in love with the concept because I just love the idea of the not only just the name, but the personality that came with it. Because it helped me to become more laid back. It helped me to be more calm, and also I put it as like a bio thing now, like my heart is taken by my concept a last time F4, and a lot of people will probably take that as if I just now have another relationship, which is not the case. But I'm gonna be honest, that helps steer people away. The who actually like want to date me or whatever, because people that want to date me, they're people that that either like heard me for the first time. Some people fall in love with my voice. I don't know why. And but it was
Gotcha,
also
you
because
know why.
it was because I was tired. Okay, I sound very different at times. So I sound like very hyper, and I sound very tired. People fall in love with the tired voice. Some people misjudge my warnings. The people, okay. Quick tip for everyone: if someone says they're boring, 50% they're right, or 60% they're right. They're never wrong. Sometimes they say it to down themselves. Some people say it because they're telling the truth. I'm one of those people that tells the truth. I'm a very boring individual, okay? Which is why I say that I can barely socialize. I just sit there, do nothing. So I say I'm very boring. So what were you doing while I was in my hiatus? What's the story?
Yeah, he was on hiatus, and the day before he came back was when I needed him the fucking most. Do you remember what
Yeah, no.
happened the day before you came back?
Yeah, yeah.
I got fucking hate rated, and I am going to spill the beans. Um, I was streaming on Twitch because I hadn't done it in a while. I wanted to wait for him to come back, but he still hadn't come back at that point, and I'm like, shit. Well, I'm gonna stream with two of my other friends. Uh, Thanks to them for coming with me and going through that with me. Bob is a slime, and yeah, I can't remember what the other one changed their name to. I wanted to play Jackbox because I just bought it, and I had just bought a better mic. I spent 400 no, I spent $258 to do that stream that day. And I started Jackbox. It was going fine. Should have been sus from the get go because usually I only get like 3 to 10 viewers, but it immediately went 10, 20, 30 viewers. And I was like, I just got excited. I was like, oh, shit, so this is going to be pretty cool. And one of them was like, hey, we're from the Markiplier subreddit. We go looking for Jackbox games to play with people. And I said, oh, okay. That probably checks out and I believed it. So like they used Markiplier subreddit as a fucking disguise, and I should have checked it first. But we get in, and then someone was blowing the whistle on the whole operation, saying, "Hey, I need you to open DMs for me. These people are hate raiders. They're trying to get you banned by using the N word, and they can also probably dox you." And I said, "What?" And so like I put up my settings, which had my name on it, but it had my nickname Jamie on it, so they couldn't find much from it. Uh, I was in my settings and went. They they're like, oh, I'll tell on. I can't tell that part yet. And then I shut down Jackbox while I was trying to figure everything out. I went. They were like, oh, we're in Markiplier server. We're in Markiplier server. They fucking tried to trick me into thinking that the whistleblower was actually the one that was doing the bad shit by posting like Photoshop stuff of that username, typing stuff like weird bad like some fucked up stuff. Uh, and it's like I couldn't tell. They were really good at Photoshop because I couldn't tell, and like they posted it in Markiplier subreddit, and I looked through it. And I was like, okay, I don't know who to believe anymore. I don't know who to trust. They were like, one of them was like, invite me to your Discord, put your Discord link in chat, and we'll show you. And that was when I was like, okay, fuck off. And like the whistleblower whispered me on Twitch and sent me a link to our website. Soyjack.party. I'm gonna out them. I'm gonna fucking out them. I'm gonna let whoever listens to this go in there and raid their shit if they want. uh, because I don't care too much for them, and they do even worse. And you're gonna find out why. They don't deserve the privacy in a second. I know my controller batteries are low at Oculus. Um, I go on the website and I find like all this stuff, like their chat room where they're just talking. They're talking about me, talking about ways to fuck me over, and they're talking about all kinds of other shit. And I'm like, oh, this is like fucked up. So I ended the stream right then and there, and I was scrolling through. They went to their next victim, and they had her completely doxxed. They had all of her fucking information, all kinds of stuff. We could not warn her in time. Uh, I don't remember who the next victim was, but I'm not gonna say it anyway in case anyone goes looking. Um, the next I kept scrolling and I kept scrolling. They had all kinds of like fucked up stuff of like these drawing of meme characters like pasted and animated over people who were hanging and stuff and people who were committing suicide, and it was like it's so messed up. Uh and it's just I don't understand how people could be like that. But and like as I was looking through their website, I found out that they have a client where they can rip your IP. I think this is what I think it was because that's what it sounded like when I looked at it. It's like they can rip your IP from Jackbox and then like paste drawings in Jackbox and all kinds of shit. And it was just what the fuck? I'm like, hey. So
Yeah.
I got very lucky. Very, very,
Mm-hmm.
very lucky.
Very.
Jack
Yeah.
like be careful if you ever play Jackbox on stream. Make sure like you have your lobby full of people before you
That and hide the
stream.
code. Hide the code. Make sure you hide the
Hide the
code.
code. Hide the code.
Hide the code. Flip in. Have friends with you. But do Jackbox with friends. Don't do them as random.
Soyjack.party
Yeah.
was their
So Jack
website.
that party. Spell it out.
Any hackers listening, I mean, you could try and
Spell it
shut their
out.
shit down because they do more harm. It's SOYJAK.PARTY.
There you go. Now you know.
They deserve everything bad that happens to them. And I'm like, I know it sounds like I'm saying that because of what they did to me. I'm saying that they didn't really do much to me. They could not get me shut down. It's because I wouldn't allow it. It's people that they have gotten banned and doxxed and all kinds of shit. Don't and like they've done so much harm. So
That
Markiplier, if you
this
want to come talk about people using your platform to try and trick me, please come on the podcast.
he doesn't
We'll use
listen.
Discord instead of VR chat for you. I know.
he doesn't.
It's
He
good to
doesn't
dream
listen
though.
to this.
He doesn't give a
I'm.
fuck
I.
about.
It's
I
not
mean, he give
that
a
he
fuck
doesn't
about
have
the
time.
situation, but he
He give a
wouldn't.
yeah.
He doesn't have time.
Yeah, he doesn't have the time.
He would give a fuck about the situation of people using him to
Yeah,
trick small streamers.
exactly. It's also because of the fact that Mark can only Markiplier.
Also, fuck you if you're part of that. So,
Also, Markiplier is basically he's busy and
he just got back from Korea, didn't
yeah
he? With a documentary.
yeah, but he is busy like mostly 100% of the time, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not a surprise that he wouldn't notice like a small channel, especially this very small channel. And it wouldn't be because like there are times where there's like I don't know like 10 million subscribers, 20 million subscribers, and that sometimes they meet him and he doesn't know who you are. It's not because he thinks he's important.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because he doesn't go on YouTube that much, like at all, because he has so much stuff to do. So the like it's only the ones that either try to call to him, I guess, or something, or like people that he knows, like because he's watched them before, like in the past or something, or because of some drama, or because his friends. So like the only reason why he knows PewDiePie is up there and the T is up there because they were friends for a long time. Like it used to be the three OGs. I'd call it Markiplier,
Yeah.
PewDiePie, and Jacksepticeye.
Now it's just Jack and PewDiePie or Jack and Mark because
Hmm.
yeah,
I think it's different time
the
zones.
schedules are too conflicting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different time zones and too many conflicting schedules.
Yeah.
Especially with Mark. Mark is kind of like the big daddy of YouTube right now. I could not find
Hmm.
another way to say that.
But
Like he's got shows, he's got documentaries, he's in a TV show that's coming out eventually. Uh, he's apparently working on a movie.
sounds
I
about
heard
right.
that on the Impulsive podcast. Yeah, fucking wish I could be in a movie. Yeah.
But yeah, enough about Markiplier.
Enough about Mark.
But yeah, no.
I will
Bring.
finally be able to say I met a famous person in December, and we're gonna have a podcast,
Oh
and it's gonna be majority about
yeah,
that. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
yeah.
Steve-O is coming to my shithole of a town, Alabama. And he's going to do a live show. And my friend was like, "Okay, we need VIP tickets now," so he went ahead and bought them. And we're gonna do a meet and greet with him, and I'm gonna finally meet a celebrity.
Mhm. Yeah, you're gonna
I'm
be
gonna meet
telling
my
about
hero.
that. You're gonna meet the person that kind of caused most of your concussions. Yep.
Probably.
At
Yeah.
one point,
God, if
if
only
you
Joey
find the
Knoxville.
time.
If he keeps doing like what he's been doing, he takes like one of the jackass crew members with him.
Mhm.
Like he like has Johnny Knoxville with him there, who is my
Mhm.
favorite, or Chris Pontius, who's also my favorite.
And if you find the time, if you're able to tell him your stories of like what dumb shit you done, if you're able to anyway.
God, maybe I'll make it on a new. Maybe he'll like cast me on the new Jackass TV show.
Mm,
I can quit my job.
you're gonna hurt so much after as well. So much. I'm gonna be
So
honest.
much.
I forgot. What was it? Oh yeah, the reason why Steve doesn't do the nasty stuff. Well, he does do the nasty stuff. He does like the most, I think,
He does a
extreme
lot of
ones.
nasty stuff.
Yeah, he does the extreme
This
ones,
yeah,
so he
kinda
doesn't do the
yeah.
painful ones.
Other than Knoxville, he does the Knoxville does the really really stuff like the stuff that can really 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 kill you. But Steve-O does like some of the nasty and some of the ones that can kill you.
Mm-hmm. Like opposite end of the spectrum. We got the one that
Mm-hmm.
kills you, the one that is super like messed up or whatever. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like him is like food, chemical or not really chemical. Oh, kind of chemical. Fart is a chemical, okay?
Fire. Yeah.
Fire and stuff. While Johnny does like the physical stuff, the things that you can die for if
Mm-hmm.
if not done like right or whatever. If there's like no
Mm-hmm.
professionals at all. That's the reason why they're able to do it as well. It's because they are professionals. There are professionals and they are professionals. There and
Mm-hmm.
they.
They are. They really are. Like I know how much it is like a joke that they're professionals because they're like just doing dumb shit. They professionals of dumb shit. Just like one day maybe I'll be a professional dumbass. I'm a dumbass by trade, but not professional.
I mean, they're alive and they've done many movies.
Yeah.
Therefore, they're basically professionals. because they've done it more and they've
Speaking
survived
of,
it.
yeah. Speaking of Knoxville, he's in a new Hulu show. I hope they make him do a shit ton of stunts, but like he's in like a actual like a regular act. He has a regular acting role in a
Hmm.
TV show on Hulu called Reboot, and I'm gonna watch it because I think it's gonna be really good just because of him.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, I'm not really. I don't really watch a lot of TV shows anymore. I don't. I try to get into them, but they're mostly like. I'm sorry, but like most of them are very boring because it's not okay. Let me rephrase that. It's not that they're sorry. It's not that they're boring, like because they're how they're made. It's just that I get bored of almost anything way too fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't rewatch a show. I can't watch a show that much. Like I've tried, my like friends have tried, my ex has tried, like they've tried to show me shows and everything. I've watched what like 3 episodes of like a single show. After that, I'm like, I'm not finishing the rest. I don't have the willpower. That's also because I am uninterested now. And I was like, I can't, I just can't flip and watch shows that much. The only one I've been able to watch, and I'm gonna be honest, it's not even like, it's not even like I watched it fully. I'm still watching Rick and Morty. Like, not like, oh, like I'm on this
Mm-hmm.
season and I haven't moved on from this, like season 2 or 3. No, I'm on season 6, the new season, and I get excited for that because I love shows that you can either put on in the background or have it in the foreground where you can still see it, but you don't have to pay attention to it. I love those types of shows, and I love animation because not only do they get to do something that in real life you can't do, it's also because they can make it interesting, and the voice actors, they're doing a great job, the animators are doing a great job, and I just admire like hand animation sometimes. Like I have acknowledged a bit more for 3D animation because of the of like how I've gone to Blender and started doing 3D models and stuff. I'm by no means a professional. I just learned enough to know the basics. And I look at Ruby. I see where they went and I see how they improved over time. But like I still can't get myself to watch it because
Mm-hmm.
early on, it's just the lips are off sync and I can't deal with it. I
Yeah.
don't care how bad an animation is, if the only thing that gets me is the limbs. The limbs? What? Sorry, I have to talk slower. The lips are off sync. The limbs are off sync. That's great. But I hate it when the lips are off sync. I hate it every time. And I just hate it when I just hate off sync. I just don't like it anything that's like off sync at all. I dislike it to a considerable degree. And the thing is, it's a dislike that I kind of glad I have. That's pretty strong because no one can make me pissed about a desync because that means you have to physically have a phone with you and find you either have to find something that's desynced or whatever. But if it's like intentionally desynced, it's not gonna work. If it's like a show or whatever, and you just had like it's just laggy or like something went wrong with the player, and it's desync, like it wasn't on purpose, it was by accident, then I'll be pissed in a way. I'll get annoyed, not like, oh my god, like I want to smack my table in a type of way. Then we have moments of
I,
silence like this.
I
I'm
will
trying to
watch
think
the
something.
day I watch Ruby will have to be the day that they remaster it. I can't. I can't.
Remastered like the first few seasons, I think. If they go back
Yeah.
and read, like, you don't have to change. I don't think they have to. I don't think they have to change the voice at all. Like, they can just leave the original audio, just reanimating it. You know, like, just reanimate it. Just please, just reanimate it a little bit. Like, you don't have to reanimate all of it. The ones that are pretty decent for the animation, just leave it. But like the ones that are like not atrocious, but like you can, if the animators themselves or the producers themselves looked at it and it was like, I really dislike it, or I dislike it to a certain degree, then you can change it. I'm not going to tell you to change all of it because I know there are some that you are proud of and they may look bad, but the story behind how you made it, that's the thing that you're proud of, and you should stick to that, and you don't have to change it just because of one piffy remark, one piffy comment about it. So that's what I think anyway.
I'm just saying, like, I can't sit through and watch something that looks like it was made in a shitty cell shade version of MMD. Because I already can't watch something that was made in MMD.
And you just have to skip. You would have to skip like some seasons or something, some episodes until it gets a decent. It's decent for the animation or decent in coloring and everything. Oh, so I think the only person that's gonna be able to force you is Chloe. I feel like
I'd like
Chloe.
to see her try. Oh, never mind. She'd probably beat the fuck out of me when she gets back.
I'd like to see her try, bitch. She is taller
I'd
than
like
you,
to see her try. Fucking comes to Alabama and like knocks my ass out.
bitch. She is taller than you.
She got
But
them military muscles now.
no, she's taller than you. Even without the military muscle, she's just taller than you.
It doesn't matter if she's taller than me. There's people that are telling me that that I can take out, like my friend or former friend. I'm not gonna say his name. We'll call him Gary.
Mm-hmm. But no, I'm gonna be honest. Nah. Yeah, we're talking about Chloe here. Even before
Yeah,
military, you're gonna get your ass beat.
Chloe would probably beat my ass.
For me, I would think the same. I'm someone that now that's gonna seem like I'm a Shinobi or whatever, like eighth grader Shim or that or whatever. I know who I can fight, but the thing is, I'm not like, okay. The difference between like how I'm saying this and how it is showed in shows or whatever, like, oh, I can probably fight that guy. No, the thing is, how I think I can fight that guy isn't fighting fairly. I'm talking dirty. I'm talking I will grab something and I'll fight dirty. It's not gonna be a fight fight. It's gonna be like a street fight kind of. They won't know it's a street
He's
fight.
gonna grab your dick and twist it.
I will pull hair. I will grapple you. I have pens in my pocket like almost all the time. I will stab you with a pen.
He didn't deny grabbing his dick and disc it and twisting it.
If they have one, then yes, I'll do that. But the thing is, nowadays you don't know. You don't know anymore. Okay. Do they have a dick? And can you actually twist it? Will they enjoy it? I don't know. It's this generation. This generation's weird, okay? Yeah, this generation's weird, and I am one of those people that are born in that generation, and I know how weird it is.
I was not. I don't care what it says. I'm not part of Gen Z. I am a
When was wait, okay, what defines Gen Z again?
honorary member of the Black Eyed Peas.
Like what year? Like what year?
2000 to
Just
it's either
2000, bro.
90, 98, 97 to uh 29.
Bro, I don't know. No. I'm part of the Gen Z, bro. But my genes were like, nah, you're not being part of this today. You're gonna be kind of normal. I say kind of because I'm not normal. I've said this before. I am not
G
normal.
is stuck.
He is when he whatever. Anyway, I think that's like almost all of the topics we can cover. Almost. This is barely an hour though. Let's see. I mean, it's basically an hour, but
No,
like you're gonna have to cut
I don't
some
think it's over.
parts out. cuts out. So
What parts?
I mean the coughing. I think some of the coughing, and I think there's some background stuff that happened. Maybe.
I'm not sitting there, and I'm not gonna sit there and nitpick at the fucking coughing. All right.
Mm-hmm.
People just have to hear you cough.
uh, you know what? Might as well talk about the future of the podcast. The future of this podcast is, I don't think it's gonna be very big. I don't think it's gonna.
Right.
Yeah, because 100% of the fact, 100%, we're not gonna be always. We're not gonna always be able to record because I'm the one that usually records, and if James has to record, I'm gonna have to tell him how to set it up, and he has to bring people with him to like talk to. I know he can do it, but like that's like bringing people to record, and then I'm not there, so, which is fine if I'm not there. But that just means that he has to know when, not when to record, but like what's the right time, because it's not always like, okay, we're about to start the podcast. You have to start it
Mm-hmm.
like when you feel like there's a conversation going, and just start it mid conversation. We're not like one of those scheduled flipping other ones, which are like, well, we have a topic, we got like one host, this is the topic, this is what we're gonna talk about. No, we're gonna talk about stuff that are interests or things that happened, and we will talk about them in a way where we stick to the topic, because that's usually how conversations go. And that usually ends up being on the title, basically, our topics. I mean, the only one would be like the title. I mean, like maybe like why we haven't uploaded, or hiatus,
I
comma.
already discussed it. It's gonna be hiatus, Twitch streaming, jackass update.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, because we're not gonna you can't just put a full thing, because there's no way to describe the whole conversation, because like it's usually always random. Again, it's dysfunctional. Also, I think I said on the podcast that when I tried to search up the Dysfunctional Nightingale podcast, I couldn't find it, because I think it was because I added the. Are we just Dysfunctional Nightingale podcast? Or are we the Dysfunctional Nightingale podcast?
We're just
Dysfunctional
Nightingales.
Nightingale podcast. No, I've added podcast as well. I edited the thing, so it says podcast.
Yeah, it's just Dysfunctional Nightingale.
It's Dysfunctional Nightingale podcast, and I don't think I can actually find it. Yeah, no, I can't find it. We're just not popular.
Don't put podcast at the end of it. There's an S and an after the E.
S
Unless
after
it's still spelled wrong. Hold on.
Oh, it's an ES. That's why. You have to be so specific, though.
Yeah.
You have to add this Dysfunctional Nightingales and then podcast. Oh yeah, I forgot. Like episode 1 was like secret guest. Thumbnail. I mean, we could do a thumbnail. It's been a while. We should probably do a thumbnail. We'll do it like after. We'll do it like after the podcast. We'll do the thumbnail after. It's just gonna be us in this room, and just again our VRC avatars. Not this one, of course. Oh yeah, the avatar I use in the thumbnails, they're not my avatar, but they're someone else's, and it's the theme is the reason why I'm wearing it, and my theme is kind of dragon. So the one I'm wearing right now isn't a dragon, nor I think is appropriate. It's not like inappropriate. It's just that it has it has like little clothes. It's okay. Now that's just gonna sound bad. It's not naked. That's the first. It's not naked. It has clothes. It's just that I don't want to be seen wearing this in the thumbnail. That's just it. Well, it's not bad
We
bad.
might get flagged.
Yeah, no, yeah, most likely. But yeah, no, I usually wear the dragon avatar to begin with. But yeah, other than that, we don't really have any closing statements either.
This will be the one of the last podcasts where the thumbnail will have my ferret avatar, because I want
Oh
to
yes,
when you
yeah,
make
yeah,
my
yeah,
avatar, I want to use
yeah.
I
I
want to
am
use it
planning to do
for
his avatar.
the podcast.
Yeah, I'm planning to make his
The
avatar.
avatar just looks like me,
Yeah,
but
it
if I
basically
was
looks like
skinny.
him. Yeah, you could have made it fatter. Could have.
I didn't know how. I was like in the program.
It was in torso, but yeah. But yeah, that's just it. Like, we don't really have any more
Yeah, that's all, man.
statements.
I'm thinking.
Nyaekooo is hanging out with some. I think he has gotten a little better. I'd say, just a tiny bit. I don't know for a fact, but I
Definitely.
think
Yeah,
he's gotten a
he
tiny bit
like
better.
I know. I think he has, because like when I joined y'all, when the but three of y'all were in a call the other day, and I was finally able to get off fucking work and join y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I popped in and Yako was just excited.
Yeah, and I
He's like
also
he was the first one to point out that I was there, and he's like, James, like he's never been that I've never heard him that excited before. So I think it was really good for him.
yeah, and the stream. I mean, comparative to how he was like, because I did a stream. He did pop in at like near the end, and he sounded way much more happier than what he used to be. I mean, the tone is relatively the same, but he was just tired, I feel like. He's yeah, is basically the same. I'm
He's
pretty
just
sure.
always a joy.
Yeah. And I think
God,
that's just
we've got to make fun of them later, because they're gonna go back listen to this and listen to us compliment
look at
them.
these sweet comments. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
I think it's near the end. It's find a curse, I think.
Yeah,
It should be.
I don't
Mm,
fucking care.
but yeah. I mean, other than that, I feel like I feel like okay. The truth of it all, I'm gonna be honest. At one point for the Dysfunctional Nightingales, there will be a time of silence, and that's not because of any like fallout or anything. That's because of how in friendships there are those points where you just don't talk to each other that much. And you just like talk to each other like sometimes. It's not gonna be a full blown conversation. Like you just know each other. You're just like, hey, what up? And at one point, we'll probably have a
It,
momentum again
it
for
goes
just
back to what
talking.
we were talking about, like just enjoying each other's company. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's all the time where we're like one or two, like will just be one of us, two of us, or three of us just be in a call, don't talk. We just
Yeah.
enjoy it. We just enjoy being around each other. It's that
Mm-hmm.
simple. That's how you know we're true friends, because we don't even have to talk to each other. We just enjoy being around each other. We're not a friend group. We're a team, but
We're
we're a
not a
team of
friend group.
friends.
We're a team. Yes. No. Okay. An explanation for that. I dislike friend groups to a heavy degree because I feel like in friend groups there are always that one person. It doesn't matter who it is. There's always that one person. Just either there's a few type of people in the friend group. They drag in more people. That's one of them. Number two, they try to take over the friend group and try to kick someone out they don't like.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's happened before. That hasn't happened to me. I know that just happened. That has happened. But I've seen examples of it. Yeah. And it's just like they're trying to fight over control. And the thing is, the only person that's gonna notice is the person that's doing it and the person they're trying to kick out. So it's just about a lot of fighting. I have seen those fights, kind of, but I haven't been directly involved. I was always on the sideline because I don't get too involved in friend groups. I don't get too involved in groups in general. I try not to because number one, you're not only trying to entertain one person, you're trying to entertain the whole group. And the
Yeah.
only time that works is if it's a small group or it's a group that just really gets along. They're not going to invite more people because they really like what's going on right now, and they're trying not to change it. Like if there are large friend groups, there are those types, but rarely is there a time where, oh yeah, the third person, the couple, the couples. That's
Hmm.
another thing. That's when they're like, okay.
Luckily, we're all dudes and two of us are straight.
Also, luckily, I didn't invite my ex.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Yeah, no, I knew for a fact I was gonna. I was like, I I I knew how. I know how to. I guess this is gonna sound like, depending on the person that listens to this, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I mean, this guy's a mastermind." Like, no, I know how to maintain a friend group. That's just it. I kind of know how to maintain a friend group or just friends. Again, I'm saying friend group. It's not a friend group. Let's just be
Not a
clear.
friend group.
A group of friends.
Team of friends.
Yes, it's a team of friends, and it's not like we have to. It's not like, oh, can I invite this person 24/7? Because like, no,
Mm.
like, don't like not invite them.
We're a
Like,
team. We're a
yeah,
set
yeah,
team and set in stone.
yeah, yeah, and
I have a separate server
yeah.
for all of my friends to, like, if I want to stream with different kinds of groups. Like if I wanted two of the Nightingales and two of another, two of a friend group that I'm in,
Mhm,
uh, then I can do that.
mhm,
But Nightingales will always stay being the four with us and maybe a guest. But if we ever do a guest podcast, when we eventually have to move that shit to Discord, because I don't want to stay in VR chat with it for recorded in VR chat forever.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
No, I can do that. I
we
can
will
fix it.
record
Don't worry.
those episodes in my server.
Yeah, yeah. And another thing is, I think my voice got deeper. Oh no.
Nice.
um. Oh my god, it got deeper. Whoa. I think it's like this. I think it was this one that
Whoa.
that
I can't deepen mine right now.
No,
Whoa.
mine's deepened because of how
Uh,
long we've been talking. I'm tired.
yeah.
This is tired Noel, by the way.
Yeah, no shit. You almost
N-
passed out today.
yeah, no, this is tired Noel. This is, I guess, the real version. I think you can I
Mm.
don't know if you can tell, but there's definitely there. I don't know if you can notice an accent or there's less of an accent or something. But like when I talk when I'm tired, everything just gives up. Like there's no like congestion, there's no like hazeliness of it, and it's just much easier to talk in a way.
I, I turn into Sam Elliott when I get tired.
yeah,
Deep southern voice when I get tired.
yeah.
It's deeper than that. You can ask Noel. He's been with me after I've pulled a 24-hour bender.
but yeah, no, I this is okay. So back to the like, people falling in love with the voice. They fall in love with tired Noel. They don't fall in love with Noel. Okay, they fall in love with the
Mm.
voice. They don't fall in love with the me, the me and now. I'd say I'm gonna describe myself in real life just a tiny bit. I'm not gonna like fucking like give a whole lot of detail. I think, in my own opinion, there are times that I look good, there are times I look bad, and I acknowledge those times because there are good days, there are bad days. Like when you how you look, like I know that for sure. But I wouldn't exactly know if I'm a good looker because of how much I try to hide myself. Again, the moment COVID came and you had to wear a mask, my ass was so happy that I could wear a mask and just be hidden and just like being more invisible than I ever was. So yeah, I mean there are points where I can probably stand out, and there are probably some points where I think it was elementary. People have different peaks, you know. I think my peak and my low peak and my high peak were both in elementary because there were times where there were some amount of girls that did like me, and I was like, I am always confused with why. I'm like, why? Like what? I don't see the appeal. I'm very boring. Like they've only seen me in school, so it was just like you only see me in school. You haven't seen me like out of school. There was also a time where like an old friend, a very old friend, this person was the reason why I got into drawing as well. Why I got into art like very early on. This is like what, first grade, first second third second grade. Like that's how early I drew because that's how much they inspired me. They're never gonna find this
Mm.
podcast, and they're probably never gonna find me again because we tried to get in contact again through Skype. I'm pretty sure, but then I just left because I was in a friend group. That was back then I was in an actual friend group, and I'm gonna be honest, it was fun. I just liked it. I left it, and now I remember I even like went back to the school for like a because they have a carnival, right? They have a school carnival. Anyone can join visit.
Come to the carnival, carnival.
So like people like it doesn't matter like how like high school, middle school, they'll be like, hey, let's all meet up there. And I remember I was still friends with one of the people. They were also part of the friend group or something like that. And I remember where I went back, I found one of the people that I disliked was in the friend group. So that means that while I was gone, they have gotten closer as with the person. And I knew this because again, they were still in the same school. I'm kind of glad I didn't go with them because I feel like my grades would have been like horrible. I feel like everything would have been horrible. I would have not met James. I would have not met everyone else. I would have been like miserable. Like that's how much I think like that would have affected me. And I remember I met them, and I think the first thing I did when I saw the whole group again, I gave a stone cold face. I have a face that can threaten people without even like having to do anything. Because there are times where I have a certain look, like when I'm serious or when I am what no serious, that I can just make someone stop with what they're doing, like on the spot. And there were times where that happened, like while I was like, I went I guess not abroad because abroad means you study there. I mean, I did study there for that was like 2 weeks. I went to Taiwan for like 2 weeks by myself with some other people. Well, not really by myself. By myself as in no relatives. There was no relatives there. So like I was just with some people. I was with like a group of people that was there for like a volunteering thing or whatever. All very young, basically high schoolers and everything. And I was younger than them. I went there like early on. I was like 13 or whatever. Like I went there early without parent supervision because I was responsible enough, I guess, and because of how I am, my personality. And I was able to stop a 17-year-old and 18-year-old from fighting by just yelling, not even yelling across the hall. I turned backwards. I said, "Hey!" They all stopped. They looked at me. They stopped. They did the like the soldier salute thing, where like they just fucking stood there, and I was like,
Go at attention.
yeah, and I was like, I looked at them, and then I turned around. The moment I turned around, they continued. They continued the fight, and I was like, bro.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
I said, hey. I didn't even curse. I just said, hey. Like they just all paused there, because like it was a very serious hey. They saw my face and they were like, oh shit. If I said, hey, stop it right now and calm down, I felt like they would have done that, but I didn't. I just stopped at hey. So I kept continuing,
Hey,
and I was like,
hey,
okay, whatever. I was like,
shut the
whatever.
fuck up.
And then there was like some other times. I don't know why I had that. I'm kind of glad I have that face where it's like if I'm serious enough, they will know my intent. I remember I also told someone that if they stole something from me, I will send them to the hospital. They tried to steal from me. They thought I was bluffing. What I did, I had a friend who had a racket. Don't worry, by the way, I didn't hit anyone. Uh, my friend had a racket because he was in the tennis club. He had two rackets. I grabbed one of the rackets. I grabbed it by. So I'm a person that knows. I figure out how to use something as a weapon. I take like common concepts and I use it as a weapon.
Oh, every dude does that. Every fucking dude in this world, I don't give a fuck what they say. They pick
I
something up
feel
and they
like
immediately figure out how it
yeah
could be used as a weapon.
yeah. So I
Dude,
took
I
up the
do that
tennis
shit.
racket.
My friends do that shit.
Hmm.
I know for a fact that there's a bunch of people here that do it.
But I'm more. I think I I think myself I'm a bit more effective, but that's because it depends on the what is around me. I try to go for the thing that works the best, and it's all a racket. I'm not gonna get a fucking straw. I mean, a straw would work, but I have to get too close. But basically, I grab the racket, and of course, there's a handle, and then there's a racket part. A person that just thinks of it like a bat or something, they would use the racket part to hit someone, like with the metal part of the edge, and then the net in the middle. They hit them with the metal. I don't know if you know this, but that's not that hard as you think. Like it can hurt, but you're gonna break the racket. And I don't want to break someone's racket. Like a racket's like $100 or something. It was a good racket because they were in a tennis team and everything. So instead, there's the hole there, like in the like there's like a triangle like between the handle and then the racket part. I not I kind of grab in between the hole, kind of, but where the handle's a focused point. It's basically a staff at that point. So I was just gonna basically poke him with it at full force because it's centered. It's a centered point. It's gonna hurt a lot. It doesn't matter where I hit. If I hit the liver, that's gonna fucking hurt a lot. If he tries to block, it wouldn't work because it would just go through because how small the target is, or slim or whatever of the handle. And immediately
More useful force, dude.
immediately they saw me grab the racket. I was walking toward, not really walking, I was kind of speed walking, I was, or something like that. I was ramping up. They immediately stop, and then they had the audacity to say, didn't you say you were gonna send me to the hospital? I'm like, you wanna go to the hospital? Like, you a masochist or something? I'm like, okay, whatever. I didn't continue because that was just him trying to taunt me. And the thing is, this guy also stole a power bank. He thought it was mine. He disliked me. He thought it was mine. He stole a power bank, sold it, and the next thing he knew, he didn't sell my power bank because I never had a power bank. He sold my friend's power bank, and I think he bought. I think he's like scammed a kid or something, and I got like $1,000 to buy like gaming PC or whatever. I don't remember. He sold it for like a lot more money than it was worth, and I was like, it was funny. It was very funny because they thought it was mine. They thought they got me. They thought like, huh, I'm good at stealing. I stole something from you. You didn't steal something from me. You stole something from a friend that wasn't supervising it because they were letting me use it. Was I supposed to supervise it? Kind of, but I also unplugged it, so I didn't know where it was going. And he stole it in front of me as well. I don't know. It's one of those people that think they're good at stealing, but they look at you while they're stealing it. Like one of those dumb people that just looks at you right in the eye and just like steal something like this, like slowly, as if like if I go slow enough while staring at them, they won't know. I'm like, I'm gonna know. You're literally physically telling everyone like, hey, I'm stealing this guy's shit. I was like, okay, whatever. But that was really something. And I think now would be a good time for closing statements. What do you got?
Yeah, fucking thought we ran out of topics for a second, and then immediately found more.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a story times from Noel.
Stop moving. It's gonna mess up the audio.
Podcast first. Oh yeah, we got story times from Noel. I'll probably cut that out. Story times from Noel. With a
There's a bit of insight, I
brief
guess.
look into how he is. Yeah, the insight of how he works. Everybody knows how I work. I just do whatever the fuck comes to mind. So everyone at the same time doesn't know how I work and how I work.
Mm-hmm. If you want to get to
That's just
know,
the way it is, isn't it? If you want to get to
that's
know
just it.
James, you have to talk to James.
If you want to get to know James, check out James Lazy on Twitch. You can also check, just keep listening to the podcast, and you can join his Discord community, I guess, to get to know me more. Good luck. Not gonna happen. This is mostly probably gonna be exposed on, not really exposed, but said on the podcast. I'm not gonna dive deep into my life because my life is sad. It's too sad, and I don't want pity. And I say this every time. I don't want pity, and I know because I'm not the only person that has gone through this. Okay, I'm not the only one. I'm not the single person. I'm not the most important person in the world. I'm not the only person that has to deal with it. Many people have dealt with it. So why can't I deal with it? So I'm dealing with mine. You guys can deal with yours. Everyone deals with their own stuff. If you want to check out some gameplay from, again, James, go to twitch.tv jamesislazy or jamesislazy.tv or something like that. I don't remember how the URL goes. You can check out myself, something_null. I mostly play gun games, which are like Valorant and stuff. And most likely we'll be streaming with James sometimes, not all the time like it used to be. And
not all the time like it used to be because this bum does not have a job. I do.
shh.
So I can't stream all the time.
Hush now. You're not supposed to give him
But
that
maybe
information.
one day streaming can be my job.
One day. Yeah. But that's gonna be it. That's our closing statements. Have a good one. Don't know when this is gonna get uploaded.
Goodbye, everyone. Fuck Soy Jack Party.
I don't know if it's either gonna be uploaded this month or next month. I don't know. Probably it's probably gonna be this month.
Probably tomorrow. I'll work on it a little tonight.
So yeah, September doesn't have anything special. I was about to say like Happy Thanksgiving. That's November.
I work at 5, so